Hey, it's Ray Langley at your service, virtual entertainer and wolf girl extraordinaire. Welcome back to Ace Attorney. How are you, everyone? Welcome into Elu, welcome to Candace. Good to see you both. Of course they gave the cowboy his own theme. There was a niche what needed filling.
It don't get more western without walking into the ocean.
Alright, everybody, are we ready for more Ace Attorney fun times today? Because I know I am. I am absolutely ready for more of these lawyer shenanigans, and I cannot wait to get through more of this doozy of a case. Just adjusting my volume levels real quick, because I feel like the game's a little quiet. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Whew. What a doozy of a case it's been so far, and we've only just started. Right then. Oh god, I forgot. We didn't even finish the trial in its entirety. We did trial former. Oh boy. Are we ready, everyone? Let's do this. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turned this trial around, right? Our only weapon. A tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner.
Oh my god, there he is, right off the bat.
They say you show red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least.
Officer Marshall!
Thought I'd come take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. I've got the home branch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory.
That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge.
Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the award ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth seen it too, I'd reckon.
What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Star wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell.
I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee!
Oh, that's right. He doesn't know if he's Hispanic, Italian, cowboy, or all three. February 23rd, 12:32 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 9. Not out of the realm of possibility. Yeah, that's true.
I'd like to resume?
What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution.
Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused, you're doubled over, your back is bent.
It can't be! This can't happen! I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation.
This is unacceptable!
It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
Excuse me. Knock knock?
Who's there?
Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Army, welcome in. What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he?
Oh, it's you. Sorry I'm late, Udgy. The rows were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Hello? Hello, no, I've been so busy. Busy? Busy smidgy, Udgy. My boy, you've got to make time to relax. Yes, indeed.
Aji? Seems to be his nickname for the judge? I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you?
Aha! So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son.
Thanks?
So sorry about a little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly!
Little Worthy?
Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police?
Chief of police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler.
But to think it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing. Even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief! What kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel, but you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push this switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it! There's a small tag on this knife.
It seems to say SL9, too.
What does that mean?
Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame.
But it's strange.
Huh? What is?
I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this. Somehow. Don't scare me like that.
I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
And this dark red stain. Blood?
Aren't you supposed to wear gloves with evidence? Yeah, but you know, this is Ace Attorney. This is like Kangaroo Court universe.
This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife.
Ha ha ha, sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess! The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, huh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Uji. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order! 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 Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places.
The chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Just go ahead and save here. Excuse me, special?
Mm-hmm. Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else.
Might that special thing be this little tag?
Huh, sorry, Rhino, but I can't say that now. Not that.
We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime?
That's quite a mystery.
And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Rhino.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto.
Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. So, how were things down at the department? Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp. Hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Uji?
I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Oh, crap. Killed at the police department. Died at 5:15. How is presumably stabbed, but might as well ask. Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife.
Knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death.
It seems like I'm gonna have to press this a bit harder. Five 5:15. But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office.
What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances?
Coincidence?
This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Raito. You understand. Try to understand, Raito. Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife! What was it doing there?
I'd better check this knife out.
I wonder if I can still press him on this and get the other answers.
Just arrested. Okay, cool, so I can ask about this. Might as well see. So, tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room?
You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Raito?
I can't say I've heard of it. I guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more about this evidence room.
There's something stranger about this than where the body was found.
Okay, so there's that. Okay, so... let's see. What if we go to...
Hi, Plurry, welcome in.
It was fun, Karma, I just know it. No. Name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, 5842189.
Wonder why they only use numbers for IDs.
What else would they use?
Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place.
True.
Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID YABADAB. See? Wouldn't that be better?
Yabadab? Well, it does have a certain ring to it.
Exactly my point.
Doesn't take much to amuse her. It doesn't let me rotate this one. Damn it. Fuck it. Let's shoot our shot anyway. Let's see if common sense saves the day or if we can only wait for the Edgeworth games for that to happen. Because if anyone's gonna use like frickin' common sense, it's gonna be him. But let's give this a shot. Sweet. Wait a second. Ha! At last! An honest-to-goodness objection! This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean?
Ha ha! And honest to goodness, what do you mean from Udgy?
This is great!
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7s. 12/2?
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside.
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around, and what do you get?
Oh!
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9. That's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Order! Order! Well, Chief?
Ah well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Raito. I win? What game is this guy playing? It's called Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice! Good show, Littleworthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Stolen from the department's evidence room. Okay, so 2 detectives. That knife. What was it doing there? Better check the knife out. Okay, so what else can we get from the knife? Small tag, SL92. Reminds me of maybe it's a case number. That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this. Check the court record again. Okay. That's all I can investigate on the knife, huh? Okay, what else do I have in my court record? It's been updated. Stolen from the department's evidence room. Weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Scary coincidence. trying to figure out where to present something. Not officially linked. So we have to create an official link, probably. But how would we do that? I don't know why I don't have access to the photo of the body and the trunk, because then I could like use that to point out the muffler. And why I don't have the muffler either. Interesting. It's not officially linked to this here case. But there is a link, and I need to prove it somehow. Maybe if I use the photo? No, that photo doesn't do anything. I've already used the note. There's nothing saying I can't use it again, but I think that one's a weak. Okay, let's think about this. Damn, are we gonna end up solving a 15-plus-year-old case as well again? Let's see. I think it's not connected to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. What would make it connected? That's not it. This is just the floor plans? Yeah. So that doesn't do it. What if I try the note again? Wouldn't it be funny? I don't know. I have no idea. No, it's not that wouldn't work twice. There's no way. What if I use the knife to refute the knife? Sort of thing. I saved, right? I saved. Not that it matters, but I don't like getting the penalty, so... The music did not stop. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. We're not doing that. Okay. So... YOLO? Damn it. Use the gems to get rid of the gems. Exactly. Okay, okay. Let's think about this. It's not linked to this case. What? Okay. Any of the other statements, I don't think would apply to be objectionable. I don't have anything for this. I don't have anything for this statement. Okay, what if I just press him on this?
How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, right, till you understand.
Okay, so this part's still the same. If you can prove there's a connection, maybe there's something that ties... Okay. So, yeah, that is the part I have to present to. But... how? Something that proves the crimes are connected. Am I being stupid? I feel like I'm being stupid. I'll try this. Damn it! Alright, that's 3 wrong guesses so far. I'm really slipping on this. I don't like that. How do I prove that this is related? Something that proves a connection. Okay, my next guess is either the trophy or the cell phone. Wait, the trophy maybe, because that was at the... Wait, no. Yeah, because that was given at the police department at the day of on the day of the murder. Both murders apparently now. Let me see. It's not officially linked, so that's... Let's try this. Damn it! I don't get it. I don't have any other, like, options to press him on. How can you say there's no connection? Okay, let me see about the evidence one again. It was a murder weapon that was stolen from a case long since solved. This knife was stolen on the day of the murder and found in the exhaust pipe. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. So what if I then double back to... No? Damn it! Okay. Okay. What if... Let's try the cell phone. Damn it! What do I have then? If none of these have worked so far. Is there a trick to this that I'm missing? Trying to prove a link to the cases. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong statement to present to. What if I press him on this one? Let's see. Just arrested the suspect. Unanswered questions. Okay, well, we didn't get this third answer yet, so maybe... So, when did the murder at the police department occur? Now that's a sharp question, right? Very sharp. Well, my boy, you're gonna love this. Damn it, it just leads right into the thing. Okay. How do I prove the link in the case? It's not the trophy. Maybe it's this knife. No, that doesn't make sense. Fuck it, it's the blue badger. It was the blue badger all along. Okay, so we've pressed this. We all know Gumshoe couldn't have programmed it. The culprit's hiding inside the blue badger. Okay, so we've pressed this. Let's just press everything again. Something happened at Department 2. Okay. Why wasn't I informed? Why didn't you ask? You were busy. What happened? Okay. It goes here. And then we've pressed all of this. Let's see. Is there any new dialogue now that we've asked all three? No. Let's ask this one again. Crime took place in the evidence room. Oh! Okay. Wait a second, I have heard of that.
The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases.
Okay, so I just asked that one too early? Oh, God. Just... About to bash my head into the wall Von Karma style.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say! Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection?
Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag.
And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here.
Yeah, well, it took me 10 minutes, and I don't like that either.
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What, really?
Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. If we can get the ID number, we might as well have the name. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189.
Well, that's quite long.
And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
8, 2, I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. White, does this tell you anything?
The ID number on of the victim at the police department. 5842189. Hold on a second. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
Has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
Witness!
What is it, Mr. White? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh? Is it yours?
No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189.
And? This means what exactly?
Huh?
Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier, that started with 82... I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right! Again!
The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Ho 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 ho! Sharp as a tack, Righto! Sharp as a tack!
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
Yet, a detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room, at the exact same time.
That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location?
Order, order, order! Chief, what does this mean?
No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret. Fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now wait just a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight. The grave error? Mr. Edgeworth. They're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait! Aha!
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Gah! Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then No such luck, Worthy. This time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law,
Well, Mr. Wright?
Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Raito over there. Good job, Raito, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No!
It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
But Mr. Edgeworth,
Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time. Really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Am I the only one that thinks Edgeworth looks different in all three of his poses? Kinda does. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on?
The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room.
What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're gonna find out. Or try to, at least.
Alright, let's do it.
Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's gonna be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go! Science awaits us!
February 23rd, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot.
You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares?
Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it.
That oil drum, was it empty?
Well, the oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister, erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never!
Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all. It's just... we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
Huh? What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is... luminol testing fluid.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses.
Huh? You had an extra pair of those things?
To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Go on, spray it on. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains.
see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain?
It's so... Ugh.
Emma, you're shaking.
It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain, but doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course.
What's odd about this, scientifically? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood?
I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans where we find the bloodstain, okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
Yeah, this stuff's pretty handy, too.
I saved up my allowance to buy that.
Received from one very proud-looking Emma Skye.
We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious.
I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr! Oh, you only trust your own eyes, hmm? Well, not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house.
Sorry, it's just... that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering.
Emma has never had a paper cut, bike accident, dental flossing, bike accident. Bitten by an animal, private stuff. Impressive this is the first time she sees blood. Well, I guess it's one thing when it's your own versus, like, knowing that it belongs to someone who was killed.
Oh, you certainly put me in a tight spot today.
My apologies, Miss Starr, but
Oh, no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. Oh, I witnessed everything from the security room right there, but I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Skye stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Oh, I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman.
I know this photograph has something important to tell us. But what?
So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Oh, yes. It was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. Well, no matter how hardened the criminal, or when they faced me. Oh, they coughed it up.
Coughed it up?
Oh, they confessed. Oh, they babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect, and before long they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches.
And you were let go? Fired?
Oh, I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SO9 incident.
SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Oh, this is not something she'll talk about. Okay, fine.
What do you think about this? Oh, the SO9 incident. What's written on that knife? And on that note. Oh, Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? Well, that knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Oh, not yet.
Do you think you could tell us more about the SO9 incident? Nice. No? No. Can I present something else to her? What if I present the knife itself? No? Okay, it was just... It's... Well... Goodman... Due for transferal... Okay, what if I show her Goodman's ID? Ah.
Oh, I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cough-up queen, right?
We found this ID card here in this parking lot.
Oh, well, there's no mistake in that. It's definitely Goodman's.
But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department.
Oh, that's impossible.
I wish I could be so sure. What if I use the photo that she took?
Oh, if you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes.
So you went straight to the scene of the crime.
Oh, I rushed toward the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. Oh, that's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Well, those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Star. You lying was the problem. Well, listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time.
That time?
Well, that incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. A disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence, so they didn't solve it. On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed.
Executed?
Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. Doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred.
What? But the criminal was executed, right?
On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? Well, the best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen. Others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well.
Wait, could it be?
Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops. I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then, project was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I.
You haven't forgotten SL9?
There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends, that can help me investigate.
Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence.
There has to be a connection. So, Rookie.
What?
It seems like you're serious about investigating this case.
Yes?
Then you should take this.
Salisbury steak lunch?
Oh, I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his, are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then.
This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective.
But now he's so cold. Well, Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you.
Officer Jake Marshall. Let's see.
Here, a phone. Let's see if it works.
Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching.
I can't hear anything. My ears. No, my ears. Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure.
What is she babbling about?
Hey, what did you just say?
See? You can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Okay. So it's probably the same as before. I'm gonna assume it is. 'Cause... February 23rd, Police Department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday.
The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring.
Suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all.
So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is.
She's like a kid at an amusement park.
Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. I always get excited when I come to a police station.
Why is that?
It just feels like I've jumped into a movie.
Huh?
You know, with all the police and criminals.
Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting.
Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust.
Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather.
The blue badger is still writhing around today.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday.
Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's gonna do something naughty.
The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911.
You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought that it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people on these posters. They hardly even look human.
She has a point. The detectives in there look pretty busy.
Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action.
Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Look, that patrolman is saluting that other guy. He must be a detective.
You idiot! What were you thinking? Where's your head?
Sir, it's right here, sir.
I guess he wasn't saluting, but was showing the detective where his head was.
They make a good pair.
Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white?
No idea. Why?
Well, I think they're designed after a panda.
A panda?
Not that I have scientific proof. It's just a theory.
Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory?
It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We'd just been to the zoo, see?
What about zebras? Or do they not have those at your zoo? February 23rd. Evidence room entrance. Guard station. Jesus Christ, there's a whole fucking... There's a lot to unpack here, but let's just throw out the whole suitcase. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric.
According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room.
So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime?
It sure seems that way. Oh. Oh.
What's wrong?
It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing, it's hard to think straight.
If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if there's a guard station, where's the guard?
I have a feeling I know who he is already. Yipes! These sure are prickly. They must be the real deal.
I would think just one big one would be sufficient.
These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually.
How so?
Encased in a cold, rigid shell, spines pointing in every direction. Just like her.
I'm not so sure I see the resemblance.
It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. There's a security guard uniform hanging here.
Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly.
A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? Punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? Oh, I know! A poochie! Wait, maybe that wasn't it.
It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here.
There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. Look, on the floor. A lasso.
Looks like it's set up to trap something.
A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed.
You sure have an active imagination. The The evidence room is beyond that door.
Let's just walk in. It won't open.
You thought it'd be open? I think we'd need someone's permission to go in there first.
This swinging door makes the place feel like some kind of saloon.
But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way.
Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch!
I'd say it'd be more of a yarg myself. But he's not here right now. So where else do we go? I guess let's mosey on over... Oh. February 23rd, Police Department entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always.
Please! Huh? Wasn't that...
One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you.
Detective Gumshoe.
Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale.
I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking.
Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence.
The criminal, you mean?
You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal?
On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy.
But Detective Gumshoe, who was it?
Listen, pal. All I know is I need me a steak lunch, pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly.
Wait, don't leave!
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later.
He ran off to the evidence room.
Well, this investigation is off to a running start.
Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing.
What was that?
Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Hi. Greetings, sir.
Wait, I know who you are.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center?
No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir.
Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report.
No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't. Is he? You... Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir!
What? What?
Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Sir! I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir! Sir! Ow! I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir.
So normally there's a guard at the evidence room.
That's right, sir. Because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall.
Marshall?
Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir! A suspicious person! What the heck is this guy doing?
So what happened then?
After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here, in the detention center.
How long were you out? Days?
Might I ask, what happened to your hand?
Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir.
A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky.
Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office.
First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, you see, sir,
Don't you think you should just confess?
But sir, there was nothing I could do.
Nothing you could do?
Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed the knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
The next thing you knew, you were...
Huh? Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared.
What?
Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared?
That's some story.
I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right?
Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim.
I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that.
Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that.
Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side.
So you didn't know him?
Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives.
So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him?
Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Officer Meekins, this is for you.
I'm scared of knives, sir.
It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it.
That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dreams, sir, and I was being peeled.
On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife.
He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this?
I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright.
Takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Officer Meekins, have a look at this.
Go ahead, sir. Laugh. Laugh at me, sir.
Huh?
I know what you want to say. You're going to tell me how she has one just like it.
Me? Why would I?
I know, sir. I know. I'm the only one without a girl with matching badges. Nowhere. I'm alone. All alone. Is that so wrong? Life isn't all about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir.
Is he talking about those badges on her coat? I'd like to think there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory.
He wouldn't know anything, would he? Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on to here. February 23rd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here.
Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department.
Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot.
Ugh, it makes my head hurt.
Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene.
Yes, you sound dead set on investigating, but don't mess up or we could wind up dead.
I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's gonna help us much either. That must be the chief of detectives. He's glued to his computer screen. Huh. Detective killed in the evidence room. Tell no one outside the police department. No! I told that old lady at the restaurant everything! Someone's getting a demotion. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself.
I know. The killer used dry ice. If you put it between the latch and the door, the room could be sealed shut. This is good. I'll win a writer's award for sure.
He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. So this is the police mascot, is it?
The Blue Badger, the future star of the police force.
The design's a little changed from the one outside.
Well, the Dancing Blue Badger, trademark, is still under development, you see.
You have it trademarked?
Absolutely. It's cutting-edge stuff. Very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears.
Don't show her the moving mock-up outside, then you'll give her nightmares. Poster of a female police officer. Wait, no. That's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny. They're a lot tidier than I'd expect. Guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. Still nothing here. Mia's plant, Charlie. I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. He looks a little yellow today.
Oh, I watered him just now. I mixed in a lot, too.
Mixed in what?
Why, my very own scientific additive. Well, Charlie, do you like it?
I told you, he's turning yellow! Looks like it's cleaning day again at the hotel across the way. I hear they're planning a second branch outside the city. Egad, the Bobo is staring right at me.
He looks wimpy, but you can tell. There's a sharp edge under that facade. That bellboy's gonna be someone someday.
Wish someone would say that about me. There's a poster of the Steel Samurai on the wall. Maya stuck it up here on the day that she left. I didn't have the heart to take it down. I do sometimes get strange looks from the clients, though. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me.
Oh, I tried studying one of those just now. Remember what they were talking about in the trial today?
Oh, right, evidence law. So, did you learn anything?
Well, when I tried reading it, it made my head hurt.
Oh.
Then, when I closed it, it slipped out of my hand and fell on my foot.
Oddly enough, I find myself identifying with her on this one. Mia's desk. I sit here even less now that I've stopped taking cases.
Uh-oh. I have a history test coming up next week. I'd better study. I'm borrowing this desk, okay? Let's see. George Washington was the first king of America.
Sorry, Mia. Well, where should we begin?
Oh, well, isn't it obvious? We should begin with that, you know, that thing.
The mystery of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in two places simultaneously?
Oh, well, you see...
We should go to the police department. The evidence room, was it?
Uh, I'm not being very useful here, am I?
No, you're being very helpful. Mia probably cursed those books.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
There was that business with him not reading that officer's report.
About the killing at the police department, right. The chief of police was right about that, but I can't help but think someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. See this? It's my attorney's badge.
Ah, wow. I've never seen a real one before.
You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me.
Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaking a bit.
She analyzed it scientifically.
There doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfides. I'd give you $50 for it.
Sorry, but it's not for sale. Yet. Why would this have been in the car's exhaust pipe?
It's evidence from an old case, right?
Right, the SL9 incident. It was already solved, apparently. This knife was stolen on the day of the evidence transferal. Maybe I should look into this SL9 incident.
This photograph. Miss Starr must have been seeing things.
And photographing things? This proves Miss Guy was there at the scene of the crime. She's connected to this crime somehow. But how? According to Miss Starr's testimony, Miss Sky used her phone right after the murder. She called you, right?
But she hung up right away. And it was a bad connection, I couldn't hear anything.
Because it was an underground parking lot, I suppose.
She did say something about a muffler, but got cut off.
Here, see this?
Ah, I've noticed that defense attorneys have a tendency to want to show people things.
What is this, a behavioral study of lawyers?
I bet you'd be pretty happy with the King of Attorneys shield too, huh?
We defense attorneys are a scattered, unrecognized bunch.
Still, I wonder why the trophy shield is broken.
It is pretty odd, huh? I doubt it has anything to do with this case, though. Oh, wait, hold on.
Aha! A ladder!
That's a stepladder.
What's the difference? In scientific terms, please.
Scientific, huh?
Look at the basic nature of the thing, Mr. Wright.
This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, Room 1202.
Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday.
And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here.
I'm sure he's off doing important investigations.
I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Damn it, still not here, huh? This guard monitors the visitor's room. Seeing a fellow patrolman in here must make him worry about his own fate in life.
No comments from the peanut gallery.
Smile for the camera. Poor Officer Meekins. I think he knows he's being watched. Let's see, where do we go from here? Oh, what if we just start spraying shit everywhere? For example... Oh, I accidentally ended up... Okay, well... No, nothing? Okay. Eh? This blood must be from when Lana...
No, my sister isn't the murderer.
But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime. And her right hand is bandaged.
Hey, just whose side are you on?
This has nothing to do with taking sides. So this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Any other blood stuff we can find here? No, that's it.
It was when I grabbed the chief prosecutor on her shoulder. She dropped that phone on the pavement.
That's when you heard her talking about the muffler, right?
Oh, little did I know. It was a trap. The red car's muffler and the prosecutor's red muffler.
What was Miss Sky really trying to say, I wonder? Angel's name in Japanese is Ichino Tani Kyoka. Kyoka is written like the word for flower offering on a grave. And her nickname is Gero Mamire no Okyo. Huh. Interesting trivia there. I'm just gonna start spraying everywhere. Oh shit, what? Holy shit.
What? It looks like some blood is dripped down here.
Judging by the amount, my guess is it's from a nosebleed.
A nosebleed, huh? Maybe in his wrath, Mr. Edwards slapped someone for their incompetence?
Why does Detective Gumshoe's face come to mind? Oh. Well, that was ultimately useless. I know that Badger's got blood on his hands somehow. I just can't prove it yet. Imagine the blue Badger is covered all in blood. Oh.
Wow, we got a reaction.
There's clearly blood around the spines here. This room's pretty messy. Someone must have tripped over something and planted their head right in these spines.
I think that might be more painful than being murdered.
Oh. That's it? Hmm. Nothing there.
Look, a door! This must mean something.
I'm not sure the doors mean anything.
No, it won't open. A mysterious lock.
I fail to see what's mysterious about it.
Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more.
Let's finish our investigation first, shall we?
This is where the cars leave the lot.
The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance.
What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit.
Maybe it's both, kind of a dual purpose.
Aha! Theory of relativity.
What?
I've got to write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright, maybe you know. Was Mr. Relativity German or was he British?
Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name? So this is the famous oil drum.
Well, no time like the present. I'll try to kick it over myself. Hi-ya!
That's okay. Don't cry. That Lana Sky must be one strong woman. What a woman.
So this is the famous divider.
Sure helped us knock a hole in that testimony today. Come to think of it, this divider helped our case more than the actual witness.
It's a great divider. A chip off the old parking block.
It's just a wall, scientifically speaking. B block is through there. That's where the visitors park.
So Miss Starr climbed over this fence?
It seems so, yeah. Fence is 9 feet high at least.
Well, no time like the present. I think I'll give it a little try.
It's okay. Don't cry. Maybe there's a Lunchland Olympics team? What a woman.
A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors.
Defense attorneys are relegated to B block.
I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright.
I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon.
This rope, is it?
Yep, they laid in the outline of the victim's body.
So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him.
You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion.
That's about as red as a sports car can get.
Yep, it's pretty red, alright. The body was found in Edgeworth's car trunk, and the lock on the trunk was broken too. So the question is, why did Miss Sky choose this car?
So what model car is it?
I think it was called a sedan or a coupe, something like that.
Those are car types, Mr. Wright, not models. You're a guy, aren't you, Mr. Wright? You're supposed to know these things.
Maybe it's about time I got my driver's license. Okay, now I'm starting to run out of ideas. Where the hell am I supposed to... Work desk. It's quite tidy as one might imagine.
What a nice desk. Easy to use, easy on the eyes. It's polished so high I can see my own reflection.
Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir.
Don't. He'll sue you. Okay, so pretty much none of this has changed. Where the heck do I go next? Because he just keeps not showing up to his own frickin'... Hello? Where in the Sam Hill is this stupid... Where is this frickin' Yeehaw? I wonder if there's anything else I can get out of Meekins real quick. No, I've already gotten all that.
Do you think you could take a look at this?
Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it!
That's what?
My head was a blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember. I remember, sir.
You mean you remember what happened?
Correct! That card! That card was the cause of it all!
Oh shit, I got somewhere with this.
This ID card?
Exactly, sir! That's exactly it! Nothing could be more exact, sir! Nothing!
I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Sweet. Can you tell me what it is you do remember?
Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know who Mr. Detective Goodman... I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room.
And that's why you thought he looked suspicious.
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card.
Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far.
That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show you his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me.
What?
Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him.
Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him?
Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir.
What happened then?
Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here.
Right.
So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you?
What do you mean, Emma?
Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim whom he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died.
That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines.
Huh? But you still ended up here?
They told me it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said.
But you don't remember the events clearly.
No. But the videotape is quite clear.
Huh? Videotape?
From the security camera. The crime. My crime. The crime I swore to stamp out. It's there. It's me. It's on tape.
And you waited until now to tell us this?
I'm sorry. Really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it.
No thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess we better go check out the crime scene. There we go. There's the... shaking loose the frickin'... No? Son of a bitch. Okay, well, if it's not here, then... Was there a dialogue thing I missed? No. So if it's in the evidence room that we're supposed to go to, then... Why don't they fucking let us in there? Is there something that got uncheck marked again? No. Okay, what the frig? Let in! Let me in! Let me in! This is stupid. I hate this game. Oh. Police station, criminal affairs.
Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the chief of detectives' desk.
It's Police Chief Gant.
And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there is anything missing.
Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers. Lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats, under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine.
I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal?
Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir.
The chief of detectives looks a little flustered.
Aha! Righto, my boy, how you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir.
Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright?
Is Edgeworth gonna be okay?
Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year.
You mean the incident on Gourd Lake?
It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone found guilty in that case, right, righto?
Von Karma.
Oh, a legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence.
Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence.
Oh, in any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What?
Oh, it's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean.
There being the prosecutors, I assume?
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Oh, yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
Now, righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it.
I wasn't expecting much anyway.
You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut.
Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier.
Huh? Oh, you saw that. Whoops.
I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do.
Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him.
I was wondering, could you take a look at this?
Sorry, righto. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still out there. The busy one.
The guy who can't sit still? Does he mean Detective Gumshoe?
Either him or the Dancing Blue Badger. Damn, he's being tight-lipped. Something that would make him tell us about what he wanted the chief of detectives to... I don't think I have anything on hand right now. Nope, not that either. Yeah, I don't think I have anything right now. Did I finally unlock this? No, I didn't. Anything here? No. No. I'll just throw everything I have at him until he talks. And if he doesn't talk, then I'll figure it out from there. Tight-lipped son of a bitch. I already did the badger. Oops. Yeah, he's not saying a damn thing. Okay. Back to Meekins then? Nope, he's got nothing. Okay, slowly coming to a halt again and figuring out where I'm supposed to go. The guard station is still unoccupied. Everything is still reacted to. What you're supposed to do isn't obvious, so I can give you a hint if you want. Thinking about it, I've sprayed over every place that I've been to so far. I've examined just about everything, talked to everyone. Call me prideful, but I feel a little dumb asking for hints right now. But in the interest of moving things along, I guess I can put aside my pride and admit I'm a little stupid. So if you want, you can go ahead and give me the hint. Let me know what I'm... Put me in a direction. It unchecked something when you talk to someone. I figured it was going to be that.
Oh, sorry I had to see that.
What exactly did the chief of police want you to do?
Well, see over there. That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can.
So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here?
Of course not. Well, except for this.
What? You kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete.
A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something?
The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case.
Gonna head to sleep now. Have a nice rest of your day. Oh, thank you so much for hanging out with us, Army. Hope to see you again sometime soon. Sleep well.
I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. So now, son of a bitch. I can't very well investigate the crime scene if I can't freaking get into it. Oh, duh, what if I just present this to her? No? Could you take a look at this?
You?
Yes?
Oh, you said you wanted some hot tea, right?
No, but thanks. She didn't even look at it.
You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get rich flavor like this. Oh, we pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. Oh, I knew it. So that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite.
The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. Okay. Nope, he's got nothing. It didn't work with Gant. Oh. God damn it. I'm being real dumb today. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor.
Hmm? Well, I never thought the day would come when Raito asked me for help.
I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room.
Now, Raito.
Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all.
Raito, please. Do I look like a selfish man?
Huh?
Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give them $50. No problem. So go ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
It just goes to show. You never know until you ask.
And for you, here, you can borrow this.
Huh? Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
Yes, sir. It's an honor.
You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks.
Wait, can I have $50?
It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID.
You seem happy.
Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir.
I think this place has a bad influence on the girl. The evidence room is beyond that door.
And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open.
Uh-huh. The card reader's turned off, see?
What is that security guard thinking?
Howdy, partners. Well, well. What's made my Bambina's skies so gray?
Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him?
What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon.
We're here to investigate the crime scene.
Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. Well, that's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeehaw?
Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggus. The crime scene's awaiting.
Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions.
Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres.
You're busy then?
Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you.
Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres.
I was wondering if we could talk to you.
Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading his six-shooter, I say a little prayer.
What was that all about, Mr. Wright?
I think he was just too hungry to talk.
You're just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either.
Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto. Hey, let's just investigate this first.
Wow, my stomach is watering. I can almost hear the sound of steak frying on the grill.
No doubt it's all cold and tough by now.
No, I'm sure it's delicious. Miss Starr poured her heart into making this.
So long she didn't put any other organs in there. Let's see. Ingredients: meat.
She must mean beef. She probably just wrote it generically.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
Of course, as a scientist, I have to check what additives she used.
Go to town.
Huh? It says here, hours of sweat and labor.
So that's why the sauce is so salty. Excuse me?
That smell. Reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas?
No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby?
Yeah, Miss Starr.
What's this?
What? What's wrong?
A filet steak lunch. I see. I see!
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask anything.
Finally, it seems like...
He's willing to talk. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it.
Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us.
That poor little dog. Poor guy. I kept getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly.
He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know.
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place.
You mean the security camera system?
I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know.
Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
You're still investigating the SO9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. Well, that's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened.
Some things you're better off not knowing, Bambino. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago.
2 days ago? The day of our case?
That's right. The evidence transferals.
Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too.
I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen!
Like I said, Bambino, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras.
Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned.
If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours.
And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes?
I reckon they might be.
You're the security guard and you reckon?
One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card.
Thus the card reader by the door.
The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through.
So this is the ID card record.
Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that.
Huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before.
Maybe there's some way I can prove the record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about?
We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here and under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see?
So what happens to the evidence after 2 years?
It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February.
I see now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated.
And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. So ID need an ID card to enter? Welcome in, Sam. Good to see you.
See this? This is the victim's ID card.
The one that was on the ground in the parking lot.
The number on this is 5842189.
Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Look, the fourth number. It's a perfect match.
It was used at 514, right before the stabbing.
What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
But wait, what did Officer Meekin say?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me!
If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins?
Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record.
I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here.
The sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand.
This is neither Wild nor West here.
Uh-huh. But that and this are two different things entirely.
I guess so? Huh? I'm lost.
Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Okay, no. I was hoping he'd have a line for the attorney's badge. Oh, no, I don't need to do that right now. Back here. Move. February 23rd, evidence room, sector 3. It's quiet. Investigation must be over here.
So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
Oh!
Sorry. I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal.
So is it true what I heard?
Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, it's true.
So, Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50? Even me?
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today.
Just for today?
Boss for a day.
But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day.
Gee, thanks.
First of all, you'll want to have this.
So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day?
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial.
In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again.
I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course! I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess-up in court today.
I see.
I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case. The SO9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case.
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed and only one detective can open it.
Using their ID card?
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Right hand? Oh! You mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own.
Funny, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it...
Zap! You get a shock!
If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents.
Note, the police department lacks faith in its lock system.
After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office.
Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing.
Oh, I heard the rumors. So, it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
What is it?
That second number.
It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe?
Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room?
Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day.
Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Ah, congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently, he's forgotten.
This is my crowning achievement. My masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal.
Art?
It was dancing proudly on the day of the award ceremony, but there were a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony, so they took the Blue Badger away for a while.
Really? Why?
Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful? I toiled night and day.
I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can see why they moved it. There's something sticking out of here.
Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case?
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here.
There you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck his shirt under that trench coat either.
If you're gonna talk about someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal.
Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner.
That looks like a car door.
There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame.
Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away.
Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing.
He's been shot square in the forehead.
Better him than us. That's the door we just came in through.
Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out.
I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside.
Let's hope he remembers we're in here.
This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams.
I'm not so sure about the dreams.
It won't open.
Did you really think it would?
Hey, pal. Our security's high-tech around here.
Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here.
What sorry-looking fishing pole that is.
Oh, that's my personal pole. Never did get around to using it.
Wait, I've seen that somewhere before.
Right, pal. That's that metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gourd Lake, remember?
Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And I don't think I've seen this one before.
Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it'll come in handy in solving some case sooner or later.
That cheap-looking box?
You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart.
A bug sweeper, huh?
What is a saw and paint doing here?
Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression.
True art? I noticed there's blue and yellow paint here.
Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger?
Well, you might say this is my studio.
Here, in the evidence room?
Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all those pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps?
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces here?
Another piece of SO9 evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke.
You want to try to put it back together?
Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Well, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Ooh. Okay, so something jagged. Maybe this one? Oh, I see. Okay. So we're looking for an exact... This one. No. Okay, something triangular. There it is. Okay. Not that one. That. No? Okay, so we're looking for a long piece here. There we go. Another long piece, it looks like... Okay, now we're looking for something kind of square-ish. No, that's not it. No, my bad. No, that looks like a top piece. Let's... Oh, there it is. What the... so it's a really small piece. No. Okay, no, that looks like an opposite handle. So what if it's you? No? You. Ah, okay. No. 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 Oh. And then last but not least. But it's still not complete.
Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing.
Yeah, I got that far. I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it.
Were some pieces stolen?
I bet they were missing to begin with.
Still, doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
I kind of understand how it got broken. Someone left a glove here, but only one.
Detective Gumshoe, maybe?
There you go, pal, making me out some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know.
You mean SO9? It does have a tag on it.
Look, this one's open. And the red indicator light above the door is lit.
That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint.
Detective Goodman's locker.
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it.
It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. What's this? Blood.
It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here.
Looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room?
We should use her testing fluid to check it out.
Hey, look. They're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here.
Looks like blood.
Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed?
Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence in the SO9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it.
Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom.
That's weird.
I wonder which side is up.
Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar?
At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right?
The tag says SO911. I guess this is another piece of evidence from that case.
You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing.
Huh? What's so confusing about that?
Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag.
Zag? Is that a word?
Do you challenge me?
What, are we playing a word game now?
Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing!
That's fine.
You bet it's fine, pal.
Oh shit.
Why am I getting a reaction here?
There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant.
Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow 50 bucks from the chief.
Where do you get this, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans.
I knew it! This is someone's right handprint.
What?
What's the matter, detective?
This locker. It's mine.
It's yours?
Please. You have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I wouldn't hurt a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals?
This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans.
I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
What? But you're a detective!
Whoa. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective?
Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien?
This proves that something really happened in front of this locker.
I'll make a note of it in the floor plans.
Hey, if you don't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked.
Dang, Edward is still not here. What if... Dang it. Okay, what if I show... Nope. So there's Edgeworth. Oh wait, did I already try that? Okay, I think I did. My bad. Yeah, he doesn't, but I keep hoping to maybe jog his memory. Gant's not here. No, okay, nope, nothing here. What about the glove? Nope. God, he's annoying. Okay, he's got nothing here. Okay, there's that. Yeah. Locker. Let's see, what if we go back to Angel and maybe show her this? Nope. It's an SO9 thing, but I guess she just doesn't want to talk about it. Let's see, we've already investigated the glove. Edgeworth is still not here. So what's next? I've already talked to you about everything. Maybe I missed a dialogue thing with Gumshoe. No. Pretty sure I'm done investigating in here. Oh, just got unchecked. If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar.
There are two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke.
I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. Okay, well that did absolutely nothing. Nothing here. I guess I've pretty much talked to him about everything he's willing to talk about. Nothing to talk about with her here. Nope. Okay. There's not much other people to interact with at this point. I already got everything I can out of him. There's no one to talk to here. What's next? Where else can I go? Who else can I speak to? Did I get everything out of her? I did. Okay, what if we do... I've already sprayed all the places down, haven't I? Sprayed everywhere down. I think I've presented everything I could that's relevant to anybody. I've already investigated all the evidence. She wouldn't know anything about that. I'm so confused because at this point I feel like we should be moving on soon. But where's Edgeworth? I feel like I'm supposed to talk to him one more time or not. Let's see, what have we got? We've got... She wouldn't know about that because she was over here. Jake doesn't want to talk about anything. But I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Yeah, he's still gonna be a jackass about that. Who else could I talk to that might have had... Wait a minute. Somebody went in here on at 4:50 and came back in at the same time as Bruce. I just noticed that. And who the hell is lucky number 7 over there? So there's 2 identities that I need to... Did I show this to him? Oh yeah, I did, and then that's when he mentioned it was... Yeah, then he saw Edgeworth's... Yeah. So... But what does that actually mean? All the stuff in here has been investigated already. I like this track a lot. This is one of my favorites. I don't have anything else to talk about with this jackass. Because he won't talk about anything for some freaking reason. Where do I go next? Darn. Oh, this guy? Must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself.
I know. The killer used a cassette tape. What a crafty trick. That gunshot was a fake.
This is good. No one will expect a cassette tape in this day and age. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. Well, that was cool, but... Let's see, where do I go to next? You know what? One sec, I'm gonna get some water. I will be right back. Okay, and we are back. And we continue to try to figure out where the hell we go. I feel like I haven't finished inside the evidence room yet. So, I don't know what the hell to do. But I'm pretty sure I sprayed everything, right? Because I've been pretty reckless with this. I've just been spraying every damn thing. I'm gonna try it one more time. Damn, that bottle never runs out. Yeah, I already sprayed everything. Okay. Yeah, there's the blood there. Okay, I already did that. Something sticking out of there. Okay, no, he's already talked about that. There's a trick with the handles, he says. Alright, we've already done that. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Did I present this to him?
Detective Goodman's note. And that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone.
Because of the SL9 connection.
That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared.
But why would evidence from that case turn up now?
I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case.
Huh. Oh, what the hell? That actually... Okay. I guess I didn't show him everything that... Okay. Sure.
Now that was a bloody violent case.
Violent? So it was a murder?
A serial killing.
A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all.
But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
And this was 2 years ago.
That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill.
Rumors? About forged evidence?
It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SO9 incident, see?
So, that switchblade.
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself?
Hey pal, look at the time.
Was there something you needed to be going to?
It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna go give them my report for the day.
That's a restaurant pamphlet.
It might help, you know.
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
The one that says nothing but no problems?
Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he could use a report like this. I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe?
I'm off, pal. Later.
Okay, so what did that actually do? I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. There we go. Okay, so now we can go to the prosecutor's office, probably? There we go. Finally. Jeez. February 23rd. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. What the? Ah, guess. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here?
There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand.
Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry?
I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe is looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems.
Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me, somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing's really taking a toll on him.
So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation.
Concealing evidence?
Yes. Apparently, there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department.
The police department?
Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still... Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on. The SO9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous.
Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than usual. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not! I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. Right, please, I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea? I'll pass on the tea, just tell me about the case.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner.
Whose side are you on, anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. Dang. Oh, wait, I should show him the log. Duh. Oh, right. I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true.
Why, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less.
The chief of police?
He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted it to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Can I ask what kind of case it was?
I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Unrelated evidence screwdriver. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something.
My sister? What?
If you were still studying forensic science.
Hello, Skyways. Welcome in. Skyways abroad. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this.
Luminol testing fluid, hmm? Well then, you might have use for this.
Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints.
It's been chemically treated for better adhesion.
For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know.
I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprints files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well?
Well, let's get going. One last investigation.
Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Oh, she's gone. Okay. Oh, he's gone. Sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint.
Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker.
Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed.
Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. Remember Turnabout Sisters? Yeah, I do. Why, what's up?
A finger?
Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So, let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print.
I really can't tell the difference at a glance.
Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done.
Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes.
First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around.
Huh? How do you do that?
With this, see?
Ah. It looks like that did the trick.
The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess.
Huh? How do I do that?
Like this. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake.
Wow, that looks like fun. Might take some getting used to, though.
It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra.
A screwdriver was in a drawer in the Gatewater Hotel. That's true, it was. That's the first thing I thought of, too, because it was blue also. That and the fact that the bellboy made a cameo here.
Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright.
I guess I'd better give it a try.
Aha! You did it! You found one!
But this looks nothing like a fingerprint.
Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't.
What does it mean?
I think it means we're out of luck.
Out of luck?
The person who left his handprint must have worn gloves.
Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here.
Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints?
Other prints?
Looking at the locker door again closely, it seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print.
Fingerprints outside the blood.
Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling!
Dazzling?
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet. This is quite the process.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right.
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point out the person you think left those prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker? Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look.
I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what?
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right?
Right! There was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this?
There go her eyes sparkling again. Okay, let's check for prints.
That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using chemical means.
Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too.
Oh, right. So that means no prints.
Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Don't ask me.
Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Oh, okay. A partial print. I gave it my best shot.
That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it?
But it doesn't look like we'll get a clearer result from this print.
Okay, let's try a different finger then.
Hey, these fingerprints, they...
Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer Marshall.
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma, this is decidedly different from Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood, and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh.
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain.
But why would Officer Marshall...
Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it.
Trial former. Oh my god. I'm weighing my options right now. Okay. There's a trial former and a trial ladder. So that means this is going to be a two-part trial thing. That would take me at least another hour or so. At the very least. No. No, I think I'm better off calling it for here. Whole time I was doing Rise from the Ashes, I had no idea what half of this case was supposed to be. You know, I have vague memories of this case, and I still don't really remember what the hell this case is supposed to be either, so. But if there's a trial former and latter, I don't think there'll be. Oh god, there might be another investigation, or at least like a suspension. And you know how these cases get. It'll be like recess and then some other nonsense happens or whatever. And what if there's another investigation portion before we get to the next yeah, there's too much in the air. I don't think I want to like try to drag that too long. I think I'm probably better off calling it here and then coming back to this next week with the next installment and doing the trial in one burst. Cuz the trial portion that I did today plus the investigation, I've already been running some time into this already, so I think it's probably better if I just kind of ease off for now and then next time do another one, because otherwise we're going to be here forever and I don't want that. Well, that's a lie. I do want that, but at the same time, I probably shouldn't for the sake of my voice. So, I'm gonna call it here for today. Thank you all so much for being here and listening and hanging out. You know, whether you were here from the start, whether you dropped in later, whether you're VOD gang watching this right now, if you're watching this, you know, after the stream is over and you're watching the recorded version, thank you all so much for being here. I will pick this back up next week because, again, I love playing this series. I love playing Ace Attorney for you guys. I love voice acting for you. But I am only human after all, and I have my limits. And I don't want to give you lower quality voices just for longer sessions. So we'll pick this back up probably same time next week. But yeah. Next week, I don't know what's on the docket yet, except for aside from this. But I will have my schedule out for you as soon as possible, as always, no later than Sunday. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Until then, make sure that you eat well, stay hydrated, and get lots and lots of good rest. It's been particularly rainy and stormy over here for the past few days, so if it's raining where you are as well, as winter is wont to do, use that time to get some nice peaceful sleep. And make sure you're kind to yourselves and excellent to each other. Have a radiant rest of your night, and of course, as always, remember to unshrimp yourselves. Take care, everyone, and I will see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.